Back to Phoenix Lechon, guys. It is Wednesday, hump day lechon. We're cooking this one for a good friend of mine, Michael Babcock. He is the owner of Belly Restaurant in Uptown Phoenix on Camelback and 7th Avenue. So we have a 40-pound pig. I'm going to rub it down with the Datu Puti. Don't forget, if you like the video at the end, give it a like. Datu Puti is a Filipino soy sauce. You know, it's a lot stronger. It's almost concentrated compared to a Kiko Man or a Japanese soy sauce that you're probably used to here in America. Been a little bit of a slow month. We're really busy in the month of May. A lot of graduation parties going on. You know, actually the month of May we sold more pigs than we ever sold. It was a really great month for us. But then in the valley, summertime always takes a dip down. The weather has gone up. Every day it is at least 100 degrees out here. Today is pretty early. It is 6 in the morning right now. This is for 11 o'clock pickup. So we're going to be able to roast it hopefully before it gets too hot. Between 3 and 4 is really the peak heat times in Phoenix. So we're going to let this burn until the black has completely burned out 100% and the charcoal's white. And then we're going to spread it out and really let this grill warm up good. There we go, we're looking good. Sometimes you get those sparks, guys. That got me right in the armpit. It's a little bit of a sensitive area, to say the least. I think that's the first time in 20 years in the kitchen I've been burnt to my armpit. Alright, time to get the pig roasting, guys. Let's come outside and get it on the lechon pit. Alright, guys, we got another train coming by, cooking next to the train track. Look, we got the charcoal nice and white. Now we're going to get the lechon on and begin the roasting process. Always a little tricky, it's not the best setup. You can look here really close, see how that gets put together. It's pretty hot. Cameraman's feeling the heat. Show you that, guys. I hope you can hear me okay. Of course, now the train ends after I have it on. A little bit wipe, guys. Any of the wet soy sauce that did not get absorbed into the skin, we want to wipe dry. There we go. Alright, guys, you can see the skin is starting to transform. We've got that redness from the soy sauce. Wiping it down with just a little bit of oil, trying to keep the skin nice and moist, for lack of better words. See, it's starting to get crispy. So what I'm doing is, when we roast the pig over charcoal, we're pretty much, you know, I'm not the one cooking the pig, the charcoal's cooking the pig. So it's really about me controlling the charcoal and trying to control the heat. Essentially, I'm making an open pit oven. If I put this pig in an oven, it's going to have a consistent heat all around. That's virtually impossible to obtain on a rotisserie grill. So it takes a lot of manning the grill, moving it around, and really trying to get the right temperature. In the Philippines, they're a lot busier. The lechoneros are cooking 10, 20 pigs at one time. You know, a lot of people have a really long pit with multiple pigs. So when you have a pit like that, that really holds the heat. And it's going to act more like an oven. It's going to hold more of a consistent heat. This one can go up and down. You know, I can't walk away from it for more than probably 3 to 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes at the most. Really got to try to keep the temperature up, but you don't want it too hot. You zoom in a little bit right here, it got just a little hot. It's okay, but that's why the skin blisters. And that's really where the craft of cooking on charcoal comes into play. You know, I fully understand Cebuano cuisine is not looked at like French cuisine. It's not looked at as one of the great cuisines. But this right here, guys, takes a lot of skill to do. And I give a lot of credit to all the Filipino lechoneros out there that have been doing this for close to 100 years, actually. Lechon became popular, I believe, in about 1940. in Cebu. Of course, different roasting pigs in the Philippines and around the world since the dawn of time. Oh, it's hot, guys. It's pretty early in the morning. You know, more in Phoenix is 100 degrees every day. Sometimes it gets up to 115 degrees. Trying to take that variable is kind of hard to take into effect on how the pig's going to cook. So it's been a little bit of a difficult process. Also gets hard for a cameraman. So what I'm doing here, guys, I'm just kind of checking the skin to make sure I'm maintaining the right temperature. Want a really even temperature too. I'm gonna have to grab the fan. You know, I just set up the tent. The only problem is it's shifted its shapes, no where I'm standing. So I got a little bit of sweat. I got my fresh towel in the back. When I went to the Philippines, it's been a good 12 years since I've been to the Philippines. But my mother-in-law, Margita's mom, she always had a fresh towel ready for me. Wherever I went in reverse, she kept a couple fresh towels. But really was kind of a pride to make sure her son-in-law was comfortable in the Philippines. And if you've been to the Philippines, or I know a lot of the viewers are in the Philippines, you always have a fresh towel on you. Alright, it's coming out great, guys. Check out that crispy skin. Cooking away. We're about 2.5 hours. Woo, it's hot over here. Really hot. We're about 2.5 hours into the cooking process. Whew. We're gonna check it all out. The first time I cooked lechon was in Cebu, my wife's backyard. It was on Mactan Island, Lapu-Lapu City, Barangay Calawisan, Zone Pansat. You know, it's a little different over there. When you get a whole pig, you get it live and you have to slaughter it yourself. It's pretty common that the houses have a little concrete pig pen built into the back. So we ordered 2 pigs delivered. They came over live. One we slaughtered for the whole lechon. The other we cut up to make all the other dishes that we made for that day. All right, check it out, guys. Look at that skin. It's coming out nice and juicy. Taking me a lot of mistakes to get to this point, guys. I've cooked probably 250 pigs. They have not all looked like this pig. And this is still not even the best. You know, there's people out there, there's lechoneros in Cebu, that make this pig look like garbage. To me, it's really top of the line. Camera's trying to overheat. It's probably 100 degrees out. It's 9 in the morning. Oh, it's just glistering in the sun. It is hot. Look at that, guys. Take a lot of pride in what I do. Add some charcoal, guys. It's really important we keep the fire burning. About every 30 minutes, I need to add charcoal. I've mentioned before how this pit's a little bit different than what it's usually cooked on. Only cooking 1 pig, so it doesn't really maintain the heat quite as well as maybe some other lechon pigs will. Check out the other videos. We cook on mesquite charcoal. It's 100% all natural, no preservatives or chemicals. Really clean burning charcoal, and it burns really hot. The lump charcoal burns about 100 degrees hotter than your pressed charcoal. I think I talked a little bit about that earlier this morning. So I always add the charcoal at the end, let it catch on fire, then when it turns white, then I'll move the charcoal in a little bit closer to the center. So that's the main difference. You know, I'm not cooking this in the oven. I can't just put it in it. I cannot just put the pig in the oven and walk away, call it a day. I need to really stay out here, making sure that the heat is correct. Alright guys, checking the temperature now. I always check in the leg area. We're looking for about 155, 160 as we continue cooking. This is the thickest part of the roast, so it's going to take the longest to cook. Alright guys, we're towards the end of our roast here. Just fanning it, stretch the charcoal across, trying to get a little more intense heat to lock in the crispiness of the skin. Almost ready. The lechon is done roasting, guys. We're going to take it off. I think I'm done roasting myself. I'll be careful with the step. Look at that, guys. Whew. Look at that, guys. This pig is traveling about 2 hours north of here in Phoenix up to Sedona. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button, guys.